Welcome to College Street Victory Church. You're listening to the weekly podcast with Pastor Matt Funk.
Well, we are talking about fun today. We've been on this journey with the 5 F's: faith, fitness, family, finance, and now fun. And I love that I was asked to talk about fun. I feel like I can do that pretty well, but I also am challenged a little bit with being in the moment. But I've learned some things that I'm really excited to share with you, and I chose the book of Ecclesiastes. So I want to take a moment and explain some of what's going on before we jump into that. So this book is written by King Solomon. He's the son of David, the same David that slung the rock and took down Goliath, which is so cool. But he's a man who had more wealth, more success, more wisdom, power, pleasure, projects, and possessions than we could ever imagine. And if anyone had the ability to figure out what would make a person happy, it was Solomon. What's interesting is that Ecclesiastes is written later in life, in Solomon's life. And it's almost like he's looking back over everything that he's done, everything he's accomplished, and asking a question that we all find ourselves asking at one point or another. Was it worth it? Because you got to understand, he tried money, he tried success, he tried building things, he even tried pleasure and achievements, and over again, he found that none of these could fully satisfy him. And I found this crazy because those are all the same things that we try today, to try to find happiness. And it's like, man, if only we opened our Bibles, you know? Solomon isn't writing this book because he's bitter. He's writing it because he's learned something. And he's trying to save us from learning things the hard way. And I'm someone that I used to love learning things the hard way. My parents can testify to that. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. But now, if I learn it the hard way, I actually get pretty upset with myself because somebody's already gone through it. And I want to learn from that. I don't want to repeat it. So everything in this book gets summed up to these final 2 verses. Fear God and obey his commands, for this is everyone's duty. God will judge us for everything we do, including every secret thing, whether good or bad. See, God gave us life to enjoy. He gave it to us to live right and to love others. And the question is, if God gave us life to enjoy, what's stopping us? And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. So your first point, if you're taking notes, get the pens out, get the notebooks out. First point, be present. Ecclesiastes 3, I feel like I'm saying that right, but it's a big word. 3:11-12, it says, yet God has made everything beautiful for its own time. He has planted eternity in the human heart, but even so, people cannot see the whole scope of God's work from beginning to end. So I conclude there is nothing better than to be happy and enjoy ourselves as long as we can. And I'll tell you, the answer isn't scrolling through social media looking for the latest posts. You know, it's not who's the most popular influencer right now. It's not the phones that we carry. It's all or any of those quick fix self-help apps. It's right here. It's in the living word of God. And I'm going to tell you, even a whisper is going to make a difference. It will make all the difference to actually vocalize it. I want to know Jesus more because that's where my peace is. And I want you to know Jesus more because that's where your peace is. Okay, has anybody ever had anxiety within fun? Anybody ever felt that before? I'm asking this because I don't want to be alone. Okay, thank you. I'm talking to the right people. Something that I continue to get better at is being present in the moment. And it seems easy at first, but it takes some work. It's like when you're at the park with your family, you're going on like it's just a relaxing walk, or you're going on a date night, going to the movies, riding your Harley, whatever it is, it's easy to get distracted. All of a sudden you start thinking about your bills or your projects or work. Or if you're anything like me, I got these like wild scenarios that run through my head, right? So we're on a walk with family, super peaceful. And then I'm thinking to myself, man, what if somebody jumped out and tried to attack us? What would I do? You know? And then so okay, family first, get behind me, family. And then eyes, uppercut, leg sweep, you know? Something like that. But that's a relaxing walk with my family. That's what it looks like in my mind. So we have all these things that are running through our head, and then it can throw us into a tailspin if you don't control the thoughts. And not every thought is ours to have. We need to learn to discipline them. Be in the moment and enjoy each day to the fullest. You know, there's crazy things that can happen to us that sometimes we just don't have answers to, and we just need to seek the Lord. I'll share some of mine. One of these moments that was just, it's hard sometimes to disconnect or put your focus on blessings when tragedies or scares happen. When my wife was having a C-section, she flatlined, and that was really scary. When one of our boys had just gotten born, C-section again, the doctors made some choices and he had to be Narcan. That was really scary. Our one boy, Bobo, he's a handsome young man. He's full of life. I want to be like him when I grow up. You know, he's really cool. He was like half a year old, and we're seeing him and he's trying to breathe, and his stomach is really sinking in. We're like, you know, we're getting a little concerned, so we rush him to the doctor, and we get there, and he's fine all the way there. Get to the lineup, and nothing, no response. So I yelled out, "Baby unresponsive," and some dude just busts through the double doors. And he's like, "Okay, Dad, you're with me. Mom, come follow. I got baby." And we rush over, and we're in behind the double doors, and there's a bed waiting for him, and they lay him down, and as soon as he touched that bed, he started to gain consciousness again. And what was really, like, it was overwhelming in a good way, but this guy, he was a paramedic, and he's telling all the nurses what to do, and everything he's saying they're doing, but they're not acknowledging as though he's not even there, but they're doing the things. And we're observing this, and we look at each other, it's like, "Babe, I think we're entertaining an angel right now, because this is wild." And there was no acknowledgement, but it was just a really, really like humble moment, and it was beautiful. And we can focus on all those things, and it was hard to break out of that, because those things they can really get trapped in your head. But when you start to choose to look at the blessing, and again, there is time for healing, I understand that. But when we're past that, we need to make sure that we can separate that and look at what God has done. Right now, my beautiful wife is serving family ministry, and I get to enjoy life with her, and my kids are happy, healthy, playing with their friends. I battled, and I will continue to battle for the joy and the peace that God gave us. Because the reality is that joy is there for each of us, but we can choose it, or we can choose to lose it. It's never gonna go away, but we have to choose to receive it. Because I don't want you guys to live your lives in a pit or like in despair every day, you know? I understand that there are some really hard seasons, and there's some really bad things that happen, and again, that there is a healing process. But if we choose to get stuck in them long term, how are we ever gonna feel free again? Gratitude is one of the key things that I've found for living a fun life. And feelings, I find they're quite a bit like indicators on a car. And you know, you get to that last little bit on the tank, and you're trying to get somewhere. It's like, I know my car. And then you run out of gas. But that was me the other day on the motorcycle, Pastor Matt. A bunch of the guys were headed off to Yarrow, and say, "Hey man, you got enough gas?" "It's empty, but I got enough." And So we're racing there, and I mean, we're responsibly driving there, and halfway, I'm on the side of the road, ran out of gas, and we needed to ask a farmer for help, and he gave us some gas, and it was awesome. But our faith is like that too. If we're running on empty and we try to stretch everything as far as we can, eventually we're gonna shut down and we're gonna go into this limp mode and we're gonna try and curl up until you're willing to ask for help, until you're willing to bring Jesus in, and until you start opening up your Bible again and refilling yourself. Point 2 is healthy habits. Ecclesiastes 3:13. What is happening now has happened before. And what will happen in the future has happened before. Because God makes the same things happen over and over again. To me, this sounds a lot like patterns. You ever notice you're in this really good moment in life, and it's very positive. You're like, everything is going right. You got the house, the car, your family's going well, and you have a lot of peace. You're excited to wake up the next day, and then bam, something crazy happens, and you start getting mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally taxed. You're putting a lot of effort in, and then another thing happens, and you start getting overwhelmed, and it's like, God, what happened, man? Why couldn't I stay in that perfect box you had me in? That was awesome. And it's mainly because he loves you and he wants you to grow. He will never waste a tragedy. He will never waste a crisis. In some way that we usually have no way of knowing or can understand, he turns it for good. And there is growth from that. And then you get to this point where it's like, okay, God, I'm at the end of me. I got nothing left. I am at the end. And then he comes in and he starts making moves, and that peace starts to return, and everything starts to get better. And then you're like, thank you, God. Thank you, man. And then you start to feel that peace again. And the question is, did you pass the test? How did you handle that season? How did you treat others in that season? How did you treat yourself? Just an observation of myself, and I hope this can help somebody, but I have found in seasons of struggling, I need to be stronger and I need to work twice as hard. Very simple, but it's true. So in those moments, all my body, my flesh, all it wants to do is protect itself, right? It doesn't naturally want to go on the offense and punch the enemy in the face. It just wants to protect itself. We need to train our bodies to do that. And in a hard time, I want to stop eating right. I want to stop working out. I want to stop getting up at 4. I want to stop my devotions. I want to stop and I want to overthink this problem until it starts getting bigger and I start creating scenarios and solutions that are not even God's solutions, and it's just going to make it worse, Anybody been there? Okay. And guess what happens? My joy fades, my peace fades, and I'm not a very fun person to be around. I start sounding like a country song. I lost my dog, I lost my house, I lost my truck. I love you, James. They wanted me to sing that, but I didn't want to do that to you guys. So here's what works for me, and I believe this would work for you too. Start getting closer to Jesus. Shift your calendar. Some of these are just practical things that work really well, but you can shift your calendar and create new rhythms. I dedicate devotion time to the Lord in the morning, and I speak to God. I don't just think to him. I speak my concerns, but not before I start telling him what I'm grateful for. I go into the Bible and I start looking for scriptures, people that have gone through a similar situation as me, and see how they handled it. See what I can learn from them. I get to the gym and I fast. Those things work great for me. Everybody's gonna have a different rhythm, but your key things is getting close to Jesus and getting in the Word and getting around your family. And the last thing I do is very important. Stay plugged into your church. If seasons are gonna come over and over again, I wanna be ready for them, and I want you guys to be ready for them. The better we get at healthy habits, the stronger we become and the more joy we can have even in the battle. And I know this because I'm not perfect and I'm learning too. The better I keep getting at this, the more fun I have. The more I practice this, the more fun I have and the more excited about life I am. And it ties into us being better followers of Christ, better spouses, better parents, and better workers. It's incredible the amount of relationships that have been saved in this house because people came in hurting and became closer to Jesus, and it fixed things. It's funny how that works. The Bible says that's what will happen, you know, but it's hard to believe till you start doing it and you start seeing it before your eyes. And I found that fun comes in a lot of different ways, and one of those ways is discipline. Discipline and fun. If we're undisciplined, it's hard to keep a sound mind. And if we don't have a sound mind, it's hard to have fun. So we gotta ask ourselves, what is the one area in my life that I could be more disciplined in, and then start that today? And something I learned from my pastor was work on that thing, commit to it for 90 days. Seems like a long time, but the habit's gonna build in that amount of time. Steady progress versus a brief moment of motivation. That's where you're gonna get that success. You ever notice how people's comments can create commitment to a common mindset? You catch that? People's comments can create commitment to a common mindset versus an elevated mindset that God already gave us from the beginning. The more you allow negative thoughts to intrude, the more overwhelming life is gonna feel. The more you let truth in and let the Lord in, the more peace and freedom you're naturally going to feel. And this all ties into who we hang around. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you can show me your 5 best friends, I'm gonna show you your future. Everything starts with a thought, then a feeling, and then an action. Fun isn't just an event, it's a lifestyle that we are allowed to live. And it takes intentionality in our thinking, in our feelings, and our actions, and that all takes discipline. Our last point is enjoy the life God gave you. Ecclesiastes 3:22. So I saw that there is nothing better for people than to be happy in their work. That is our lot in life. And no one can bring us back to see what happens after we die. I need you guys to focus up for a second because I'm gonna give you like the height of my wisdom right here, okay? Did you know that you can have a job and be happy? It's true. I've learned this. I want you to know that. The thing is, everywhere, like there's so many places I see this. People want the passive income and then they're trying to find easy money really fast without working, right? So how do you, yeah, thank you. It's true, but if you've learned how to do passive income, and like, I wanna know, I'm proud of you, I wanna know that, but it's not a get out of jail free card. It's not a get out of work free card. You still need to work for the Lord. You still need to have purpose. The amount of people that I meet in the week that are retired and they're bored out of their minds is ridiculous. And it's because they've retired their bodies, but their calling is still active. The ones that I see that are thriving are the semi-retired because they've just opened up more time to do what the Lord has called them to do. Think about how many hours we spend at our jobs in a year. It's a massive part of our life. Even if you don't love it, you can still choose to be happy in it. And I learned a few years ago that it didn't matter where I went, the same people kept following me that I was running away from because I thought it was the people that were making me unhappy, which is just silly. That's your choice, not theirs. And it's funny because everywhere I went, there's like the loud one, the lazy one, the angry one. It's like watching Smurfs because they're all named after their mindsets. It's so easy to keep chasing new jobs, but most of the time, it's the same wherever we go. We just want to be happy. And then I learned wherever I was, that was my choice. My feelings, my responsibility. Your feelings, your responsibility. So when I was doing concrete work the other year, I was like, man, I was starting to get burnt out. Like it's hard work. If anybody does concrete here, I'm proud of you. That is awesome. When I was doing concrete, I called the pine trees, palm trees, I called the dirt sand, and I called the rainstorms tropical. And I really made people upset with that. But it started to catch on. And if we join in on other people's complaining, eventually we're gonna start to believe that. But if we change the story in our minds, that we are so blessed to even have a job and be working for the Lord, because remember, we don't work for the owner. We're grateful for the job, but we work for the Lord. You don't have to wait until the weekend to enjoy your life. And so many times I hear, man, thank goodness it's Friday. We're gonna go out, do all this stuff. And I'll tell you, I'm sorry, speaker. I gotta stay in my spot. But we keep hearing those things, and eventually we believe it. I used to live for the weekend too, and you know what? It sucks. There's no goodness in that. I want to live, like what if we started to live every day for Jesus? You know? Can you enjoy the life that God has given you? Yes, you can speak up. Okay, thank you. One of the main things I tell God in the morning is that I'm so grateful for another day to be with my wife and my boys. And I started to be grateful every day. Think of this, if you have a job, you probably ask God for a job at some point, right? If you're married, I imagine you prayed for your spouse. If you have a car, I imagine you prayed for that car. And if you have kids, I would think you prayed for those kids. But doesn't it seem like sometimes we complain more than we rejoice? My wife and I were very protective of our children. Thank you. I'm curious if you guys have ever had this experience, but you're going shopping, you're at Superstore or Walmart, and you're walking in with your family. We got 3 boys, and then people start to walk up and they're like, oh my goodness, 3 boys, you must be so tired. Or we had one the other day, it was 3 boys. That's horrible. The most recent one was a lady asked, like, oh, you have kids, how many? 3. Oh, that's my nightmare. Okay, so some things aren't even worth acknowledging, but we're very quick to correct people. And again, sometimes those comments they're just so ignorant, it's not even worth. But you have to remember that it's your job to correct them. Because if you don't, then it ends up being agreement. So you get to stand up for what you believe. But we'll respond with, nope, I love my kids, or every moment's worth it, or they are the greatest joy in our life. And they'll look at you like, excuse me? Like they're offended, or you think that you're better than them. And we aren't better than anybody. We just choose to believe a better story, not a bitter one. Going around telling people that their life sucks, that's horrible. Don't do that. Tell them how great and how blessed they are. All of our children in this house are blessings from God. We prayed for them. They are a joy in our life. And we got a whole church going on over there, you guys, with the next leaders, the next pastors, the next missionaries. Come on. This is the same as our spouse, our jobs, our cars, or if you ride a bicycle to work. All these areas of our life, what we choose to believe about them is how we're going to feel about them. So we're going to tie it up with this. We started off talking about Ecclesiastes and the ending of it. This whole book is written explaining how to and how not to live life. And it ends with this simple statement: fear God, obey his commands, for this is everyone's duty. There is good fear and bad fear. Bad fear labels us, it limits us, and it keeps us stuck. The fear of the Lord builds us up, it guides us, protects us, and draws us closer to Jesus. And it's our duty to do everything we can to become more like him. And if I found that the closer I get to Jesus, the more fun I have, the more peace I have, the more meaning life has, the more I realize I was never meant to carry the weight of controlling everything on my own. Neither were you. He already knows the outcome. Our job is to trust him, to follow him, enjoy the life that he has given us, and to get as many people to know him as possible. See, Solomon, he spent his life chasing everything the world had to offer, and none of it made him happy. And in the end, he discovered that joy isn't found in what we have, it's found in who we follow, and it's found in Jesus. So what do you choose today? Maybe it's a new healthy habit, getting into the Word, taking your wife on a date, or spending more time with your kids, choosing gratitude. But I hope it's to choose Jesus overall. What are you going to do this week to set yourself up for the fullest life you can? I'm going to ask everybody to stand for the takeaway. So your takeaway is to fear God, be present, build healthy habits, and enjoy the life that God has given you. So I want to give you guys an opportunity to take a step closer to Jesus and start a relationship with him today. You guys you can put your heads down, you can fold your hands. This is a moment between you and God. I would love to know if this message spoke to you. If you could put your hand up for me. Amazing, thank you. And I want to give you this chance to start a relationship with him. And it's as easy as just repeat after me. Dear Lord, I admit that I have sinned. And I believe that you died on the cross and you rose 3 days later. And right here, right now, I choose to follow you. Amen.
Thank you for tuning in today, and thank you for continuing to partner with us and for giving so generously to this ministry. If you would like to find out more about how you can partner with us, visit our website at www.wherepeoplematter.church and click the giving link. And don't forget to subscribe and share this with your friends. See you next time.